a couple more things to show you. I don't know, you can use binding clips for lots of things. You can actually use them for binding. So what I like to do is I've got my binding sewn on the front on the machine. I set it on the front. Then I just flip it over, but I like to hold it down while I'm sewing. That way I don't have to try to hold it while I'm sewing. Of course I'm going to get a knot in my thread here. So, hang on. Let's start with the knot. All right. So I just leave it there. Oh, I need to show you something else too before I go on. We've got another product that we're selling tonight called needle grippets. And sometimes it's hard to get that needle through there. And right where you hold the needle, I'm going to show you how, this is how we were taught to put it on. So you hold the needle and you squeeze. And now you can see I have a little ridge on my fingers where I hold that needle. So these are needle grippets, and you just stick them right, I can't get it off. You just stick it right to your fingers. And I bent this one, so it's going to start over. They're really not this hard to get off. So now my marks are gone. Okay, so you squeeze it with your fingers, get that mark, because you want to place this right where you hold that needle. And then these are going to stay.
So you put one on your thumb and
I
the
put
finger
one on my
that you
thumb
grip
and one on
with.
my finger.
Okay.
So now, I mean, you really don't even feel them there. So now you just sew your binding, and now I can grip that needle and pull it out. And it doesn't slip out of my hand.
Oh, yeah.
I don't usually take that big of stitches either for my binding, but okay. So when I get to, I wanted to have this started to show you, when I get to my binding clip that I'm at, I just take it off. I come down the line, fold it over, put it on, keep stitching. When I get to the next one, I'll do it the same thing. Just like when your kids were lined up in the hall and wanted to be the line leader. Got to be line leader for a few minutes, and then the one in the front had to go to the back, or the one in the back had to go to the front, or whatever. So anyway, that's how I use the binding clips. You can also use them to put your fabrics together instead of pinning, like especially when you're doing vinyl. You don't want to pin with vinyl because it would make holes in it that would not go away. So you can use your binding clip to hold your pieces together. So these are good for lots of things.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you're doing the binding clip on the corner, is there something special you do to get that corner to go right?
Yes, let me show you. I like to have 3 on the corner. And so, of course you'd say this when I haven't done one yet here.
Oh, yep.
So I like to have one there, and you see when I press it all the way down, I've got that 45-degree angle, so I want my mitered corner. So, I hope that's in the light. So I put one right there on that fold also, and then I like to have another one very close to the other side. So now my corner's all held down. So when I get there, that'll be all held down, and I'll move that right when I get there, but I kind of hold it with my finger.
Okay.
Some people, I mean, I like to kind of put a couple stitches up in there and
Hold that miter in place.
right, and some people do that and some people don't. I don't know what's right or wrong, but that's how I like to do it. So that's how I do the corners. So whenever I move my clips, when I get to a corner, they're kind of close together. But then when I move it, I usually have them 4 or 5 inches apart. And if you notice the binding clips, they have a curved side, they have a flat side. I like the curved side around the binding, and I like the flat side where it's holding it down flat.
So the flat side's what you're seeing as you're
The flat
stitching.
side's what I'm seeing when I'm stitching. And we have binder clips, binding clips, wonder clips.